Hey, welcome back to the mat. Today we're going to be working on our hip stability with today's classical Pilates flow. We don't really think about our hips nearly as much as we should, but they hold so much stress and tension and just impact from the body, whether it's from a lot of sitting, whether it's from a lot of standing, whether it's just from living life. Today we're really going to be working on stabilizing our hips, stabilizing our pelvis, and trying to make sure that we are able to move not only unilaterally, like with one leg at a time, but that this whole little segment down here is able to respond to us the way that we want it to. So to get started, let's go ahead and lay down on our mats. I'm gonna get started lying on my back. Feet are flat on the floor, and you can have your hands and arms long, or you can have them on your hips here, whichever feels better for you today. I'm gonna start with long, and then I probably will shift to my hips. We're just gonna do a little bit of deep breathing here. And even now, I want you to feel, maybe just rocking back and forth a little bit, feel how your pelvis is on the back of this mat. You have these two little bony bits on the front of your hips here. I want you to think about them as headlights on a car. I want both of your headlights pointing straight up towards the ceiling and in line with each other. I can feel on my body, if you were looking at my hips like this, that one of them feels higher than the other. So I'm going to try and straighten that back out. And like I said, that can come just from sitting. That can come from just imbalances within our body. Like I have broken and sprained my ankle so many times, and that the trauma to my ankles has traveled up my body a little bit. All right. Big breath in, big breath out, finding those bony bits in your hips, making sure everything is planted. Bring my hands back down. And we're going to pretend that our pelvis is a bowl of water, that we are holding a bowl of water right here in our pelvis. Right in that dip is where the water is being held. I want you to move the water to the right, away from you, to the left, towards your belly button. Just like we're doing little circles with our sacrum against the floor. And we just want to go right and left, just sloshing the water from side to side. Maybe you want to go back and front, back and front, seeing how much mobility and how much range of motion you have in your pelvis. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. There's no right or wrong. It's just about noticing where you are today. Now I'm going to add a little bit of round action. So I'm taking it to my belly button, taking it to my right, to the base, to the left. I'm going to reverse. And if I was doing this in a perfect world, I'd be able to do this and keep my knees stable, but that is not an option for me today. And I'm actually going to go bigger and bigger, almost like I'm exaggerating these movements to get full range of motion. All right, let's bring ourselves back to neutral, trying to keep our bony bits in line with each other. Arms are long. I want you to pick one leg up, put it back down. Pick the other leg up, put it back down. What did that do to your pelvis? Did you feel yourself shifting towards your leg that was lifted, or maybe even away from the leg that was lifted? Try and keep your hips straight up towards the sky as you pick up one foot, then the other. One foot, then the other. I want you to bring both feet up, so you're in this tabletop position. Hips are still staying nice and stable here. Lower one set of toes, lift. Other toes, lift. Just trying to keep that pelvis as stable as possible. Making sure that you're not rocking as your foot. See how that is? I'm rocking away as my foot goes away. Nope. Trying to keep things nice and still. Nice. All right. Let's lengthen both legs up towards the sky. I want you to take one leg all the way down. I'm doing my right leg, touching the floor, coming back up. Still trying to keep that pelvis nice and stable. If this was a drinking game, honestly, drink every time I say pelvis. You would be knocked out by the end of this workout. Other leg, trying again, keeping those hip points reaching straight towards the sky. If this is too much for you with straight legs, go back to those toe taps. That's a great way of getting the exact same feeling with just a shorter lever in your leg. There we go. Let's do one more each side. So my right leg is lengthening away. My left leg is lengthening away. And I'm going to bring my left foot actually to the mat. My right leg is still up by the sky. I'm going to have my arms long. If you want to open your chest, you can come out to like a goalpost touchdown arm. I'm going to keep myself down here for right now. Keeping my pelvis stable yet again. I'm going to go for small little circles here, maybe about the size of a dinner plate. And we're keeping our foot flat on the floor today. That way we can just control ourselves a little bit more. Let's reverse our circles. Seeing how much control we can get over our right leg. Making this circle from the hip, not just from the ankle, not just from the knee, from the whole hip. Oh, all right, let's switch legs. So I'm going to bring my right leg flat on the mat. Left leg's going to come up towards the sky. Again, arms going to be long. Or in that cactus, I'll do a cactus today. Or for right now. Just going small dinner plate size circles. Trying to keep these two bony bits in line with each other, even as our leg is moving in and out. This is a really small motion, but it's very difficult. Let's go reverse our circles. So I'm going out, down, in, back up. Breathing here. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. All right. Bring that other leg back down. Reach your arms overhead. Arch your back just a little bit. Bring your legs into a tabletop, arms come up towards the sky. You're gonna round yourself over and start pumping from here straight to our hundreds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Inhale, exhale, 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 in, out. You can always lengthen one leg, lengthen your other leg. Do what feels good for you in your body today. I'm going to keep my knees in for right now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. Last exhale, 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 exhale. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug everything into your body. I want you to lengthen your legs long. Arms come back behind your head again. Big stretch, big, big, big. All right, arms are up towards the sky. I'm gonna peel my head, neck, and shoulders off, rounding my whole body up, reaching forward, past my toes. Let's roll back down. One more time up, inhaling, arms to sky. Exhale, rounding over, over, over. I'm going to go ahead and separate my legs here. So they are just wider than my mat. My arms are coming out to a letter T. I'm twisting over towards the right. My left pinky is on the outside of my right pinky toe. I want you to think about this hip. Your left hip is staying so stable into the ground. This again is part of our hip stability, making sure that we're not rocking up. We are moving our upper body and our lower body completely separate of each other. So saw 1, 2, 3. Back up to center. Your hip should not have moved. Twist to the left. Saw off that pinky toe. 1, 2, 3. Back up. Hip should not move. 1. Think about weight deeper in that left hip. Come up. Now we're going to go to the left. Weight in the right hip. 1, 2, 3. Come up. One more each side. 1, 2, 3. Come up. Last one. Best one yet. 1, 2, 3. Come all the way up. I want you to bring your hands behind your head. I want you to bring your feet back together. And we're going to roll the same way we did before, just with our arms behind our head. Beautiful. Go for that big stretch. One more time. Nice. All right. Arms are going to go long by your side. I want you to bring your knees straight up, your legs straight up rather, towards the sky. We just did half circles. We did single leg circles. Now we're going to do what's called a corkscrew, but is basically a double leg circle. So we're going to take both legs to the right, both legs down, both legs left, both legs center. So remember when we were doing that rocking position with our pelvis? Same thing, just straight legs. Let's go left, down, right, center, right, down, left, center, left, down, right, center. One more each way. Right, down, left, center, left, down, right, center. Hug your knees in. All right, let's move over on to our left side. So I'm going to have my left side is on the back of my mat. So my bum and my back are lined up with one another. My feet are right in front of me. My top hand, my right hand, is pressing firmly into the mat here. Again, hips are stacked on top of each other. Think about like a pole right here that's keeping your hips in alignment. Take that top leg up to hip height, still stacked right here. I want you to kick forward, not moving through your hips. Reach your leg straight in line with your body. Your hips don't get to move here. Your hips are in alignment, straight back in line with your body. So 3 more times. Not letting your hips move at all. Last one, kicking forward, kicking in line with my body. I bring my feet back together, externally rotate my top leg. So my kneecap is pointing to like where the ceiling and the wall meet. Top hand is still pressing into the mat here. I'm going to kick up, kick down. Again, hips do not get to rock back and forth. It's easy to start opening up this way, like your hips go behind you. Don't let it, especially for this one. Kicking straight up, straight down, straight up. We're just going to do 5 of everything here. Straight down, straight up, straight down. Legs are together. Kneecap points forward. Hand still pressing. Bring that leg back up to hip height. Hips are stacked. We're going for a circle here. Moving from our entire thigh. 4, 5. We're going to go 8 circles. 7, 8. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your feet together. All right. Now we're going to do something called bicycle. So we're going to kick our foot forward, bend at our knee, reach it long behind us. So kick forward. My knee comes to my elbow. My heel comes to my bum. Hips are still stacked. I straighten that leg. Go forward. Bend my knee. Hip stays in that same position. Hip does not get to move here. This is 3. Straighten. This is 4. Straighten. This is 5. Now we're going to reverse. So rest just a little second. Get a little shimmy if you need to. Lengthen that leg. Straight in line with your body. Bend your heel toward your bum. Rotate it forward so your shoulder, your elbow, and your knee come together. Forward. Sweep it behind you. Bend your knee. Knee comes to elbow. Forward. Sweep it behind you. Bend. Rotate. Lengthen. Sweep. 2 more. Try and make these distinct moves. Bring your feet back together. Beautiful. All right, let's switch over and do the other side. You guys can just roll to your right. I'm going to swap. So now I'm laying on my right side, but I'm still facing you. My hand is on my head is on my hand here. My back and thumb are lined up behind me. Top hand is in front of my chest. No piano finger. So I'm not doing this. I have a flat palm. My feet are directly in front, right at that front edge of the mat. Bring that foot up to hip height, keeping my hips stacked here. Hips aren't moving as my leg kicks forward and lengthens back in line with the rest of me. Forward, in line. Forward, in line. This is 4. This is 5. Bring your feet back together. We're going to externally rotate. So kneecap now points to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Hand is still flat on the mat. Kick up, kick down, keeping these hips solid. Kick up, kick down. 3, 4, 5. Where are your hips? All right, kneecap pointing forward again. Lift our legs hip height. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feet together. We're going to go for those bicycles. So remember, hips stacked. Absolutely. Leg comes up, sweep it forward. Knee to elbow. Rotate it behind so heel comes to bum. Lengthen long. Forward. Knee to elbow. Rotate. Long sweep. Doing 3 each direction here. So this will be 4. This will be 5. Good. Come back together. Shake it out just a little bit if you need to. If you're doing this properly and your hips are stacked, your bum, your glutes should be on fire right now. If they're not, maybe there's a little tweak that we can make. Make sure that your hips are stacked. Maybe add a slight bend to your knee. See what works so that you're really feeling it from this outer glute, outer hip section. So lift that foot back up, hip height, bend the knee, bring it all the way forward, kick forward, sweep back, heel to bum, rotate, lengthen, sweep it behind you. Again, we're doing 3 each direction. We're doing 5 each direction. Even I was trying to cut it short. That's how much I'm feeling it. Sweeping it back. This is our last one. Lengthen it long, long, long. Bring your feet back together. Let's roll over onto our backs from here. I'm going to bring my arms back behind me, giving myself another little stretch. And I want you to think, feeling those bony bits, do your hips feel a little bit more square than maybe they did right at the very beginning? If not, what can we do here to shift? Maybe you're feeling one is higher than the other. See what you need to do here to get those bony bits in line. Arms come up towards the sky. I want you to flex your feet here. Let's see if we can keep our feet from moving. Inhale. Exhale, rounding over, flexing strongly, strongly, strongly through your feet. Hold on to them. Just stretch. Relax your back. Feel a rounding. All good. Stack your spine up to vertical. I'm going to shift back just a smidge. And fix my pants, but spine back to vertical. We're going to keep our feet flexed here. So we did saw earlier when we were rotating with our open legs. Now we're going for a spinal twist. Same concept, but our legs are together instead of apart here. So arms come out to a T. Legs are together. I want you to twist to the right, keeping that left hip anchored. Come back to center. Twist to the left, right hip is anchored. Center. I want you to twist 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 to the right. Left hip does not move. So we're going 1, 2, 3, back to center. Same to the left. 1, 2, 3, center. One more, each side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I want your arms to come up overhead. I want you to round, 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 reaching for your toes or your shins or your knees, wherever you're reaching today. And just relax again. I want you to float your hands up so they're right by your ears. I want you to roll all the way down with your hands by your ears. Maybe you point your toes here. Nice. All right. We're going to do a little bit of belly series here. So I want you to bring your right knee into your chest. I want that inside hand. So in this case, your left hand is going to be on your knee. Your outside hand is going to be on your ankle. Your other leg, your left leg, is hovering up off the mat. Roll your head, neck, and shoulders like you're looking into your seat. We're going to switch legs. and I want you to keep your pelvis as quiet as possible, not letting it rock from side to side as we continue to switch legs. The only thing moving is your knees, your legs here, not your pelvis. Okay, I want you to lengthen your right leg towards the sky. Hold on to your shin or your thigh. Left leg is hovering. Switch. Again, quiet pelvis here, not rocking from side to side, but just moving straight up, straight down. Let's do one more each side. All right, you're going to bend your knees back in. I want your hands behind your head. Keep your right knee in, left leg goes long, twist your left elbow outside of your right knee. Switch, switch. Again, trying to keep your pelvis quiet here. This is the hardest of the bunch, I feel like, because you're already twisting and your whole body wants to move, but make sure it's coming just from your shoulders, just from your obliques, not your waist, not your hips. One more, each side, relax it all, down, down, down. Nice. All right, let's roll up, and I'm gonna come to a seat facing you. From here, we're gonna go onto our knees. We're gonna do that same, well, not the entirely same thing. We're gonna do some of that side lying legs action, but now we're gonna be kneeling. So it's gonna be way harder and require way more stabilization, not just of our hips, but of our powerhouse as well. So come on up to your knees, pull up your pants if you're anything like me and they keep wanting to slide on down. I want your left hand to be directly underneath your left shoulder. I want your right leg to go long. Your right arm can either go high towards the sky, or I like to have mine right behind my head here. Lift that leg, lower it down. Lift, lower, trying to keep your hips stacked here, not letting them wiggle all over the place. Next time you're up, stay up. Kick forward, lengthen back. Again, this might be a very small motion. We're way less stable here now that we're on one knee as opposed to when we were lying on our side. But can you keep your hips still and stable as possible? Lengthen back. Bring it to neutral. We're going to circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse your circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to put your foot down, flat foot, lengthen your right side all the way. Maybe you twist, look at your bicep. Walk your hands right by your knees. Bring that right knee in. Take that left leg out. You're long here. Your right hand comes directly underneath your right shoulder. You can have arm up towards the sky, or like I said, I like to have my arm behind my head. Raising it, lowering it. Just warming up our hip here, making sure that we're lifting from this part of our body down here. Lift, lower, lift, stay up. Ooh, trying to get my balance. Kicking forward, kicking back, kicking forward, lengthening back, trying to keep our hips as still and as stable as possible. We're going for 5 here. So this is 4. This is 5. Bring that leg back to neutral so it's in line with the rest of your body. We're going to circle. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse your circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring that foot down, flat foot. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen your left side. Sweep yourself down. Hands come right in front of your knees. You're now on hands and knees. I want you to put your left hip to the outside of your heels here. So my left hip is down towards the ground. My legs are out to the right. And put my hand a little bit outside of my shoulder here. My right arm is going to come up and over. My left elbow is going to go back towards my body. Stretch. Coming back up, vertical spine, holding onto my thighs or onto my calves. I stretch the other way. Making space in between all of these ribs on our side. Come all the way back up. Last one here. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Bring your hands down. Bring your hands behind your hips. Take your legs out, cross on the other side, like a little can-can dance. So now my right hand is slightly outside of my right shoulder. My left arm comes up and over as I tuck my right arm back behind me. Pulling yourself back, left hand goes to your shins. Right arm pulls you up and over, over, over. I feel so much of a stretch here. Right hand comes back down. Stretching to the side. Back up to vertical spine. Counter stretch. And you guys are all done. Thank you so much for joining me for this hip stability class. I hope you feel way more stable, way more balanced even now at the end of class than you did at the beginning. I would love to know what your favorite exercises, what challenged you the most. Can't wait to hear from you. See you guys next week.